Welcome to Kruk and Kuip Extra Innings, as tonight the Giants lose to the Cubs 5-3. And it was not pretty tonight. You can follow me at robiman@twitter.com. Yeah, it was not a good night for the Giants. It was not a good night at all, as in terms of pitching. Matt Moore, I think it's time for the Giants to cut ties with Matt Moore after this season. I think what you saw is what you're going to get from Moore this season. I think there's better pitchers to seek in free agency. Matt Moore's reminding me more of Jonathan Sanchez or Russ Ortiz at this point. And I think it might be best to part ways with Matt Moore after this season. He might be better fit in Oakland next year, where he can be a good project pitcher for them. I mean, there are some good things I saw out of Moore tonight, and that was the strikeouts were good, but the earned runs were not. 5 earned runs and 6 innings pitched. And I've seen too many games like this out of Matt Moore this season for me to think I really just think he's plateaued. And I don't really see him getting any better. I really don't. I mean, the 7 strikeouts, that's the good. The bad's the 5 earned runs and the 8 hits. I mean, he'll have a couple good games, but he's had too many of the bad games. And this is why his record is 3-12. I mean, there's going to be other pitchers in free agency that I think they should take a look at. Maybe Tyler Chatwood. Maybe even take a look at bringing in Jake Arrieta. But even at this point, I would maybe toy with the idea of moving Matt Moore to the bullpen once Johnny Cueto's healthy. That may not be such a bad idea. Or even try to move him on waivers and see if any team will bite for him on waivers and try to get something out of him, even if just cash considerations. I don't think his future is going to be with the Giants. I really don't. I think it's time to move on from Matt Moore after the season, part ways with him, and pull the plug on the experiment. But the good out of the Giants tonight, I was really encouraged by Jarrett Parker, 2 for 4. His batting average is now up to 289. He's really making the most of his opportunity right now. And these are games you need to see out of him if he wants to stay in the majors. Ryder Jones, 2 for 3. His batting average is now up to $128. And most importantly, he got his first. He hits it high. He hits it deep. It is out of here. Yes, his first home run, first bye-bye baby as a Giant. So congrats to Ryder Jones, 2 for 3. And even these are more games I want to see out of Jones. The plate disciplines are just the hits got to start coming. That's all it is for Jones. And Panda, 1 hit. And really, the only then John Jay, Chris Bryant, Anthony Rizzo, Jason Hayward had a rare error tonight, a catching error that 99.9% of the time he makes, but this is the 0.1% he doesn't make. That was all too bad, not too shabby, but I'm starting to like what I'm seeing from Ryder Jones at this point. These are more games that we need out of Jones if he wants to stay in the majors. And Carlos Moncrief for 3 at this point, as he gave Hunter Pence a rest tonight. But all in all, the Giants are playing a lot more loose. And yeah, it's already their 70th loss. But still, there'll be opportunities for wins, but 114 games played. You got 48 games left. And maybe you can win 29, maybe win 29 games at some point and try to avoid 100. I think, and if they play loose like they have, they're going to maybe barely avoid 100 loss season. But we shall see. We shall see. But I would maybe kick the tires a spot starting Albert Suarez next week. Maybe move Matt Moore to the pen and try Albert Suarez for one and see if Albert Suarez gives you a spark in a spot start role. We'll see what happens. But it can't hurt. I don't think Albert Suarez can be any worse than Matt Moore at this point. But I think Matt Moore, his career is not with the Giants. It's going to be elsewhere next season. Maybe across the bay in Oakland or go back to Tampa Bay. Who knows? All right, let's go around the league with other scores from tonight. The Pirates blanked the Tigers 3-0. Your winning pitcher was Trevor Williams. Your losing pitcher was Jordan Zimmerman. And Zimmerman didn't do too bad again, 3 earned runs. But the run support wasn't there. And Contos pitched his first. And it looks like they tried Contos in a setup role tonight in Pittsburgh. And Nicasio got the save. So I wish Contos a lot of luck over there in Pittsburgh. But if Zimmerman can pitch like this next season, then maybe Detroit can get some prospects back for him. See what happens with that. The Nationals beat the Marlins 3-2. Your winning pitcher, Brandon Kintzler. Your losing pitcher, Jaime Garcia. No, not Jaime Garcia, but Harlan Garcia. My bad. Wilmer Defoe, 2 for 3 for the Nationals. Chris O'Grady, 1 earned run and 1 1/3 innings pitched, and I think he left the game with an injury. Yeah, he left today's game with an oblique injury, so we'll see what happens with him. Drisamer Despain, 3 2/3 innings, not too bad. The Reds trounced the Padres 11-3. Your winning pitcher was Blake Wood. Your losing pitcher was Jhoulys Chacin. Joey Votto, 2 for 3. Zach Cozart, 2 for 3 in this game. And the bullpen was shit tonight for the Padres. Kyle McGrath, 2 earned runs and 1 inning pitched. Carter Capps, 3 earned runs and 2/3 innings pitched. Phil Matten, 1 earned run and 1/3 innings pitched. Tim Adelman, 4 2/3 innings pitched for Cincinnati, 2 earned runs. Not that great. But the bullpen bailed him out. The Twins beat the Brewers 5-4. Your winning pitcher was Buddy Boschers. Your losing pitcher was Oliver Drake. Ryan Braun, 3 for 4 in this game. For Milwaukee, Jorge Polanco, 4 for 4 for Minnesota. Brett Suter, 4 and 2. 3 earned runs and 4 innings pitched in the spot start. Oliver Drake, 2 earned runs and 1 1/3 innings pitched for Milwaukee. And the Cardinals beat the Royals 11-3. Your winning pitcher, Carlos Martinez. Your losing pitcher, Ian Kennedy. Kennedy, 7 runs, 6 earned, and 6 innings pitched. Ryan Buchter has struggled since going to Kansas City. 3 earned runs and 2 innings pitched, and a hit by pitch. And the Orioles are now at 500, beating the Angels 6-2. Your winning pitcher, Dylan Bundy. Your losing pitcher, J.C. Ramirez. Andrelton Simmons, 2 for 3 for the Angels. Ramirez, 6 earned runs and 7 innings pitched. Whereas Bundy's been the ace this year for the Orioles. And tonight down on the farm, the River Cats beat the Iowa City Cubs 4-2. Your winning pitcher was Stephen Okert. Your losing pitcher was Matt Caracidi. Andrew Suarez, another good outing, 2 earned runs and 7 innings pitched. And with the innings count due to the surgery from Suarez, what might have been, I think Suarez would have been a good candidate to take Matt Moore's spot in the rotation. But I think he's certainly going to be a name to watch in spring training. He's really starting to ace the AAA. 3.52 ERA, 6 strikeouts tonight. He's acing the hitter-friendly PCL. And I really think Andrew Suarez could compete for a starting job in spring training next year. So not too bad. And for tomorrow's game, your probables will be, it's Ty Block, I think, against, yeah, Jose Quintana against Ty Block, so that should be a good game. All right, on to your standings. Boston's got a 3-game lead. And now with the loss to Kansas City tonight, Tampa Bay is tied for the second wild card. And now Baltimore, now at 500, is only a game and a half back of the second wild card after tonight's game. And Kansas City in danger of falling out of the wild card after losing tonight. And the Angels falling further out. And in the NL East, Washington continues to run away. Chicago got a little breathing room on Milwaukee after Milwaukee losing tonight. Now St. Louis at 500, they're starting to get hot at the right time. And Pittsburgh, well, not going away either. And then the West, both teams are off, so no movement. Well, thanks everybody for tuning in tonight. Together we're giant. Keep it orange, keep it black, keep it orange and black. Good night, everybody.